Well, welcome back to Tailor Made Marriages. We are really excited about tonight's segment, as you can see. It's just been exciting to really enjoy Dr. David's new books. We keep giving a shout out because it's just been such a blessing, and we don't see as many tools that have been provided, particularly for our culture, our community, when it comes to marriages. And then you just had the privilege to hear Minister Emmanuel and Judy Hutt from Through the Word from the Tailor Made Marriage Leadership Team. And then now we have with us one of the most amazing couples from our Tailor Made Marriage Team. God has just used them so mightily when it comes to marriage, and we want them tonight to just share with you where they are in their relationship, what brought them to that place, and what would they like to share with our television audience. Now, they've spoken at Tailor Made Marriages, they've spoken at the conferences, they've spoken at the seminars, and you would want to hear what it is they have to say. Tonight, they're limited with their time, but if you come out on November the 23rd to our Tailor Made Marriage Night at 5:30 p.m., you can go to our website, Through the Word, dbm.org, and find out more information. Also, in order to purchase the books that we referenced for Dr. David, you can go to amazon.com, you can go to throughtheworddbm.org, or you can just come to Through the Word and purchase them from our bookstore. So tonight, once again, we just want to welcome Minister Byron and Minister Nadine Bratcher. We celebrate you guys tonight. Thanks for coming on, giving your schedules.
Thank you. Thank you for having us, Pastor.
Talk tonight about who you are and what marriage means to you.
Wow, that's a loaded question. I think that who we are today is a lot different from where we started in marriage. When we got married, I looked at marriage as the act of marriage. It was a show.
Awesome.
We wanted to look nice. We wanted everything to go right, and it was just a beautiful day. but then the work starts.
Come on, man.
And we have been through some tough times.
But
right now, we're at a place where we enjoy the fact that we spend a lot of time together. That's important to us. I can say that Nadine and I have grown from our past trials and tribulations, the things that we've gone through. So one of the things that we've experienced from that, the trials, was Nadine had to go through a process to begin to understand how to deal with me as a husband. So you want to speak to that a little bit?
Yes, I did. As a wife, what I had to learn was how to respect my husband.
Awesome.
Good.
Because we went through a time where it was a dark period of an affliction in our marriage.
Awesome.
And it was a test, and during that test,
I love it.
I had to go through a period of knowing who I was and who was I with my husband and God. God let me know that I made a vow, and it was between me, him, and my husband, but I forgot about God. So during that test, and then I also learned that I did not respect my husband. During the marriage. It was all about me and my family, and I excluded my husband. So then I had to learn to respect my husband. And Ephesians 5:33, where the wife have to reverence her husband. So that's what I had to learn and do, and I meditated on. Day and night. And it took a while, but then I was able to demonstrate it. So I used that word respect. I carry it with me all the time. And I respect him, I reverence him. I extol him. And I have to submit to him, and that was a hard thing. But I had to learn that it was a good thing, because God designed for the wives to submit to their husbands. And then I had to learn to take care of him, trust him, care for him. I had to do all that. I had to learn to do that with my husband.
I think that's so powerful, because I think that sometimes what happens in marriage is that we don't realize that what the husband is focused on has to be focused on is loving his wife. And the wife has to be focused on respecting her husband. Because what love is to a woman, respect is to a man.
That's so awesome.
They did a study, I think it was Eckerstrom's did it, and they said that they had asked the question to 100 men. They said, would you stay with a woman who would loved you and didn't respect you, or one that respected you and didn't love you? And out of that, they said somewhere in that 89 men said, I would rather stay with the woman who respected me and didn't even love me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That so it was a place of honor and that value. Because sometimes it's easy to give respect to people outside, but can you give it to somebody inside?
Inside.
You know what I mean? Because if my boss tells me something to do, I have no problem doing it. You know what I mean? But I think it's a benefit and a check connected to it.
Yeah.
But it says though, is my honor only worth money? So now the challenge has to be, do I value enough, honor you enough, esteem you enough, and value for who you are?
Yes.
And like you said, in the ideal, even learning that process of what that is. And I think that, like you said, that submission part too has been so done wrong in the ideal sometimes in how it's taught. But it simply means before you get to verse 22, 21 is there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? 22 was talking about submitting wives to your husband, but 21 says submitting one to another.
One to
Yes.
another.
And, and the
Yes.
fear of God. And so, and I think that's the value that really brings about that balance. So that when I submit to Pastor Berman, she has the great idea, as she always does. You know what I mean? I gotta submit, because that word really means to hukata, so line up. It's an army word that means that, you know what, when a captain walks in, the lieutenant, the commander, and the ensign, they all fall in place, but none of them lose their power, their authority, or their identity.
Awesome.
They're still in the same army. We're still trying to get the same victory.
Yeah.
I don't lose my
Yes.
identity when I say, go ahead, I'm gonna follow you, or you can lead the program, or you do whatever. Or
Yes.
you go ahead and get the decision, or you lead us in that. Don't lose it. And if anything, I look smarter. You know what I'm saying? So,